Go.
Hi, my name is Murry Ploetz from Thermogen Free Roof Insulation. Just want to talk for a couple of minutes about the products we have and what might be suitable for your particular application. Quickly, there's a couple of main products around. There's the glass bat product. This is the most commonly used around the ridges. It's actually best applied in the colder regions of Australia. Government recommends it for regions basically south of Port Macquarie and for regions that are more than 100 kilometres inland, because these areas have more of a problem generally in using up energy for keeping warm than actually keeping cool. As you go further inland, the humidity drops, and so even though the temperatures are higher in summer, you don't tend to feel it as much. However, the temperature also drops very quickly overnight, and so you've got a problem with probably spending more money on heating than you would on air conditioning during the summer. So the heating in the winter is probably where you're going to make your savings by using the glass bats more than 100 kilometres inland. On the coast, however, between Port Macquarie and Cairns to within 100 kilometres inland, we feel that the reflective foil is actually the best application here, as it doesn't tend to trap the heat like a blanket will. So if you can imagine, if you're lying on a beach and you're trying to keep warm, or trying to keep cool during summer, you probably wouldn't go and stick 150 mil of thick blanket over the top of you. And that's, by the way, how thick an R3 bat would be. So what happens is that during the course of heating, in the morning, the sun comes on to the bat, or in the heat from the ceiling space comes onto the bat and slowly gets absorbed through the bat, and eventually the heat starts to radiate out through the other side. Now, the R value is actually a measurement of how long the heat takes to go through a particular medium. So the insulation actually acts to resist the progress of heat through that medium, and so the R3 may, for instance, make it resist for 3 hours, but eventually it actually gets through. Now, in the bat situation, you have a problem in that the heat remains actually stored in the bat. So long after the heat has gone off, like in the afternoon and going into the evening, the heat stored up in the bat is actually dissipated back into the room. So you'll find that in those situations you'll be feeling hotter at night and wondering why your house is actually warmer inside than outside at 9 o'clock at night, and it's because the heat that's stored in the bats is actually coming through. Now, you don't get the same problem with the reflective foil. This product is actually 97% reflective, and although it's hard to get your head around the idea that it's not a big thick bat and therefore it can't be in any way insulative, it's actually a better insulator than you'll get as a reflective bat for cooling your house. And so it reflects all infrared and shined on heat straight back up into the ceiling cavity and keeps it away from the ceiling, which is what we're trying to achieve. Now, what it'll do is that it also then in the evening it still remains as a 98% reflective medium, and it actually reflects any heat inside the place back down too. So it still operates as an insulator effect into winter and into the evening. However, it's not probably as good an insulator in terms of the cold, because it won't actually store the heat to release it into the evening like you will with a bat. So we usually recommend this reflective foil for those regions, as I said, north of Port Macquarie to 100 kilometres inland, and then into the the other areas down south and further inland, and that we recommend a Knauf glass wool ecobat. And so what makes this a bit different, this is actually very similar to what's been used for a number of years as builders' reflective foil insulation. Now, up until now, they've used a product that is really a one-sided reflective foil, whereas this is actually double-sided, so it's shiny on both sides. And it's also got a special flame retardant mix in there, and a special insulative mix too that gives it the R3 value, because your traditional foil is only like a 1.5 R value, whereas this stuff is actually over 3 times as heavy as your normal foil, and because it's got a special technology that actually makes it up to the R3.5 rating for reflection and for resistance to heat. So I hope this answers some of your questions. You can learn more from our website about it, but thanks for listening. Bye.